Okay.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining Vagabond Gaming. It is Sunday, so you know that means it's Bleach Day over here, and we're picking up. And we left off on a doozy last time, where we decided that, yeah, fuck it, we're gonna go to Heuco Mundo, figure some shit out, go against the entire purpose of the Soul Society, whatever, no big deal. Check some shit out. So at this point, you know who most people are, so we're going to skip the introductions this time, and I'm just going to pass it on over to the DM so we can just get right into it because I think everybody's eager to get some stuff done.
All right. Last we left off, as said, you went to Heuco Mundo and fought your way through an onslaught, including a hollow of strange abilities with a Zanpakuto embedded in its skull. A few reveals were made, such as various other hollows that roam the area, the only two visible structures for miles, and also the reveal that that was the first time you have all ever fought an actual hollow, and that some of you seem to have just weird abilities. Once inside, Jack went off to the kitchen to make some food. Saige went with him under the promise of there being booze, and Nato went there because he heard sandwich. And we're actually going to start in that little section over there. You have all been walking through the inner parts of the spire, which is this twisting series of caves that, though the objects placed within are obviously not naturally made, the formations themselves are 100% natural. Everything seems to have just been formed out of some weird form of erosion, which you're not sure if that's natural in Heuco Mundo, but at least looks natural. Everything is, of course, still the white coloring of Heuco Mundo, with the inside areas needing constant illumination due to the fact that, with the exception of the front door, there is no natural light coming into this place. What is that? Ow, my ear.
I think that was someone moving their mic.
Oh, okay, yeah, sorry about that. I do not know why I was so sensitive there. Anyways, you have found rudimentary cooking equipment. This is clearly not meant to be a place for you to live extravagantly in. This is meant to be somewhat of a research outpost. In the area you're in, you can actually see what seems to be just panes of glass kind of floating in the air off certain areas. And when you entered, if anyone would like to look at this little guy, he's just been sitting there since you walked in, kind of just looking at you all.
Is he a hollow?
He is definitely giving off hollow energy, but he doesn't look like a hollow.
One of their experiments?
Could be. You would have to talk to him. But up to you on that. Saige, you have found the liquor cabinet.
Now I'm of age. I nod to the giving hollow energy guy, like the classic, and then I go for like the strongest thing I can smell.
It smells like the medicine you have to take as a kid, like cough syrup.
Close enough, and I just knock back a swig.
All right, I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw at advantage or disadvantage because you have never done this before.
God damn it! This is not going to go well for me. Although I did get exactly the same roll twice, so I mean,
you swing it back and immediately spit it upon the countertop because, dear Lord, it tastes horrible. And most notably, which is different from actual cough syrup, this shit burns like a lot. And it doesn't even really taste that good. It's not even,
Okay.
and it takes a good while for the alcohol to actually have a vague numbing effect on you, since you just spit it out, and then it quickly fades.
Yeah, I would tell you as your elder that you don't bother with drinking.
I kind of look up at like Jack having just spat all over the place, and like there's like this almost tearful look in my eyes where it burnt, and I'm there like, why does anyone do that for stress relief?
I don't know. I just dig into my experiments.
You see the oh, by the way, NATO, you are also here for this. You're currently
making a sandwich.
Yep, right there.
Yeah.
I'm talking as I make food.
I figured. I just wanted to make sure NATO
Like-
knew, because his character kind of blends in with the background.
Like I have my pouch
Anyway.
and I have my alchemy jar that I can pull free ingredients
Oh,
from.
yeah.
So you can actually make some pretty good stuff here, unlike all the other craft that seems to just be kind of there. And say Julico, it's at this point the hollow-ish energy guy looks up at you. Well, you did pick the really low quality shit, so yeah, I'm not surprised.
It smelled like cough syrup. I thought I was in for a good time.
Do you enjoy cough syrup?
Wait, what?
He asked if you enjoyed cough syrup.
Who doesn't enjoy cough syrup?
Okay, I'm gonna take.
You see that he has pulled out a bottle of some liquid and then just pulls it away. Nope, you've lost the rights to this.
hey, hand it over. I could use it in cooking, please.
Oh, you're
Please.
cooking
And
fancy.
he
Can I have
hands
some
it
of what you're having?
over, and you see like clawed into the thin wrapping of what seems to be like this mimicry of. It's more parchment than it is like paper,
Mhm.
and it's just wine clawed in parentheses, but good tasting.
As a cook, I'm gonna take a sip of it. Does it taste good?
It is a very well made red wine.
All right, splash that into the food.
It's okay. After my experience, I do not wish to partake in drinking. I would much rather have food. I guess I'm a comfort eater and not a binge drinker. It's a learning process.
It
I've
shows.
only been, an adult for an hour.
Oh yeah, you did get hit with this ray.
Yeah, I
So,
did.
as did you, actually. You have like more salt and pepper-ish kind of stuff, except because for you it's salt and ginger. But it's this one, you just see the hollow-ish energy guy look back up at you. What do you mean only an hour?
She got hit with a aging effect from one of the creatures outside.
I was 9. I'm 200 now.
How are you 9 in the intelligence and backstabbing division?
Because I backstabbed real good.
He
Good at what
stands
they-
up. The hollowish guy stands up, walks out. There is no more conversating. He's taking a case of wine with him. I need this more than you do.
I told you I wanted to de-stress.
Oh, hopefully you'll have some good experience with my food.
And I'm
Or do
going to
want
say
a
you
sandwich?
all have a high enough passive perception to hear this as he walks out. Captain, your new friends are weird.
That was rude, sir.
At which point you hear Junichi. Shut up, 193.
Definitely experiments.
Can you blame him for saying that?
Yes.
I mean, I shouldn't, but,
But
yeah,
do I? Is a
Well,
different question.
right? It's like
Oh, wait, that's 155. My bad.
I don't
I
know if I
mean-
like hollow experiments making fun of me.
I
You
mean,
don't like hollows making fun of you. You almost fought a guy out of your fucking league for saying you look weird.
Just don't like hollows.
Fair.
is anyone in this quote unquote secret offshoot division anywhere normal?
Make a great point.
We have a once 9-year-old, now 300-year-old.
Once 9-year-old.
200,
I'm sorry, girls are touchy about their ages.
of course.
So, what do you all want for food?
I already got a sandwich. I leave.
All right,
No.
leave me with the weird 9-year-old.
Hey
Your
now,
choice.
200-year-old.
I am making food.
209-year-old.
209-year-old. Notchi.
Nachi?
I want notchi.
Okay.
Do I want to know what that means?
No idea.
Out of character?
Oh, it's delicious. It's a type of potato pasta.
Gnocchi.
Mmm.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, it's really good.
I'll have to try that. Oh,
think it's
Gnocchi
gnocchi?
is so good.
I need to send you
So
all.
good.
I need to send you all the potato chocolate cake recipe at some point. It sounds horrific. You don't.
No, but I
taste
bet
potato.
it works because you can make
It is-
potato breads, so I bet it does work.
Potato bread is actually pretty
It's
nice.
really good. Yeah.
Like literally, I remember I tried it making it at one point. I just went, "This is real life alchemy. This doesn't taste like I put potato in here. What the fuck?"
It's a carb.
Yeah. Anyways, feel free to make me a crafting check. You have advantage because you actually have supplies that you wouldn't have here.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do a tools roll because I
Yeah, same.
Should I
either way.
should I do that for my sandwich as well? Or?
You know what? Sure.
23.
You don't have an advantage though. You roll regular.
Tools roll.
I don't know if you have that.
And no, he doesn't. I
Yeah.
have it due to the fact that any tools I use.
Actually, what tool proficiencies do you have, if any?
I think I have a gambling proficiency, so I have
All
dice.
right, so just roll a d20.
Okay, gotcha.
You're getting no bonuses on this. It's a straight roll.
Yeah, the only reason I do is because any tools I use, I will have proficiency.
It's an okay sandwich. I made a
make an
PB&J.
okay sandwich.
Yeah.
You make this weird kind of gem sandwich. There's these rocks that are in the area here, and you just kind of shove them into this paste and then put that on the sandwich. And it tastes very sweet. But it's nothing like unique, it's just sweet.
I should have got peanut butter.
I make a
Delicious,
very fine horse meal.
Oh yeah, you make enough to basically feed the entire group with that high of a roll, and it is very finely made. You actually pull some meat you have from Soul Society out, and I think fillet is the correct word. Basically, the inside is exceedingly like soft and juicy, but the outside is like this thin, crunchy layer, just from the amount of seasonings you put around it, and then burn the seasonings.
He was
on.
just carrying meat around with him. Just
He has an ingredient pouch.
Yeah.
okay. Okay.
I have
So-
if you're wondering about it, I have the Howard's Handy Spice Pouch and the Alchemy Jar. I can pull pretty much
Alchemy
any.
jug. Oh fuck! You also have that. Yeah.
Yeah.
He also has literally as much of any condiment you want.
Yep.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you just want a bucket of mayonnaise, he can get you 3 of those.
If you want pepper up the fucking wazoo, I can get that.
NATO's interested in the mayonnaise.
But yeah,
If you want beer, I can give you beer.
shit, right? You can do that.
Yeah, any liquid I can
You-
make with that jug.
You could have given Sage actual quality alcohol.
Yeah, but I mean, I didn't know what she was doing. She went for the fucking cough syrup.
Yeah. By the way, you got like
Sage didn't know
you
what
got
she
like
was doing.
you got like Svedka vodka, which is like the you buy this shit at Walgreens level of cheap.
Oh man.
That is what you drink to give. An
And it was
idea of
vodka
that.
too, which was just a bad plan.
By the way, I
Yeah.
could technically have this any liquid be a certain age, couldn't I? With the alchemy jug.
I'd say yeah, that's within your roundhouse.
All right, I'm gonna
Roundhouse
give
isn't the right word, but you know what I mean.
I'm gonna give Sage a 200 year because celebrating her 200 year age growth. Year worth of aged scotch.
Ooh, that's gonna be smooth, actually. Yeah. All right.
Ooh.
You get that.
It's just a tablespoon.
It's a tablespoon of it.
Yeah, because she's new to it, and
Yeah,
it's
that's
200
fair.
years.
If you want to, Sage,
Yes.
Constitution Sage, you have advantage
Yes.
for the lone reason of it's such a small amount. The DC is going to be extremely low because it's 200
really?
years old.
You have advantage.
Holy shit.
Can I at least hold it in my mouth?
Drunk to toe.
I mean, he said it was a low.
Finna get turned.
It was a low DC. You still failed, however, you swallow it, and it still burns. But unlike last time where it sat there, it kind of fades into this warm, pleasant, soft feeling. And you're under the poison condition now, which is my way of saying you are drunk already.
Wow.
So you are a little loopy. The world is moving, but damn, you feel good right now. Like there's just this, where before it was this burning, acidic thing. Now it's this warm comfort. It's like you have a really nice sweater on, and it's just everything's nice.
Jack, has anyone ever told you you make... It's like a jumper.
Shit. I gave you that little shit. I can't
It's
leave.
my birthday.
I'm gonna gently drag this my companion to anyone else so that I can retrieve the food and bring it to them as well.
All right. As you go out and you run into the guy from earlier, he flash steps away. Nope. And Junichi just looks over. I didn't know you all knew each other like that.
We don't. She wanted to try drinking. She tried cough syrup, and then I gave her a small, like, teaspoon of 200-year scotch to try
Got
instead.
any more?
Oh yeah, I could give you some.
You watch as he just basically pulls out an empty bottle, hands it to you, fill it up, and I'll watch her.
I take my jug, scotch, and pour it in.
Yep. He
Scotch,
takes
scotch,
it.
scotch.
Sage, you immediately see him just and puts it back down like he was drinking nothing. The bottle was previously this filled. It's now this filled. He is down half this bottle already, and then looks at you and goes, "Lightweight."
You must feel so warm with all them jumpers on.
Watch her. I will.
Jumpers?
I have no idea. Like, just watch her. I'm gonna bring you some food as well.
So many layers.
Maybe you could shovel some of the food in her mouth so she can, bounce out.
All right. Have you eaten anything recently?
It's my birthday.
I'm gonna take that as a no.
I'm gonna need more soon, but feel free.
Yeah, don't worry.
Also, if you see anyone with stars on them, don't remove them.
Damn it!
You'll blow us all up.
Yeah, I know how bad they are. I just want them. I was wondering if I could pull some from the kid.
I can share some notes later. Wait, kid?
That hollow kid, quote unquote.
Oh, 93.
No,
Feel
not
Feel
that.
free, they're not attached.
No, not your hollow. The visored kid.
Yes. He was experiment 93. What?
The one that just passed, like, flash step past you?
No, that is 155, I believe.
You need to give them initials or something. Numbers get confusing after a certain number.
What the show? Why are you in the darkness? Sorry, that was weird.
Anyways,
Unnecessary.
Eh,
Anyways, feel free to get my information later when I'm not babysitting a child in an adult's body.
Not a child.
I mean, you're now, according to you, 209 years old.
Exactly.
Pat. It's just. And I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw after the third pat.
God. Fucking damn it.
Come on, natural 20.
Damn it.
She got all 7.
What did you roll?
7.
7.
You fall asleep.
God. Damn it.
Oh, she's gonna need something to drink after she wakes up. She's not gonna
I
have
just
a good
kind
time.
of like curl into a little ball. Like one leg suspiciously out of the ball, keeping cold, the rest keeping ball.
Keeping ball. Are you sure the drunkenness has not gone over to the other side of the screen?
I'm
Look,
gonna just put
If
my
you
clothes.
are drunk, it's really a mentality anyway. Otherwise, you can't get past bouncers.
I'm gonna cover her in my cloak of bellowing. Because I still have that thing.
Oh shit, right, you still have that.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting 2 of you are just running around with Quincy artifacts on you.
Yeah, I still have that and the Quincy bow.
Yep. Alright, and while that's going on, speaking of Quincy, we're going to move over to Shogata. Shogata, you are currently moving through the tunnels looking for Chica. And it's been hard because every single one of these fucking areas looks the same.
Yeah, he's just, I guess now he's going down this corridor. Scooby-Doo. Just kind of like looking around, getting like a feel for the place. You know what I mean? And not just like the place, but like the energies like around it and stuff like that. Like he's, you know.
The energies are hollow.
Yeah, that's kind of like, you know what I mean? Be like, oh.
And as you enter this room, you see a bunch of tables, each one with walls between them, sectioned off. They seem to be desks of some sort, but all of them are currently cleared. You're not sure what they're used for. A pile of supplies off in the corner, a gated off section with the gate clearly being metal and unnatural, and a giant fucking hole in the floor. And then you look up and realize the floor goes to the ceiling and out of the spire.
The hole or the floor?
The hole.
Okay.
No, the floor goes out of the spire.
Well, you did say the floor goes out of the ceiling, so I was like...
No, there is a hole in the floor, and you look up, it goes all the way. And by the way, you cannot see the bottom of this hole.
Kind of gives it one of these, like... Alright, pretty cool. Oh.
And Chica's just kind of staring off. She doesn't seem to have noticed you yet.
He's like, oh, hey, Chica, I was actually looking for you.
Oh. Do you need help with something?
Well, I mean, revelations and such. It explains why you were able to take what I taught you and do so much with it so quickly. I mean, your natural talent's one thing, but...
You see her kind of quirk an eyebrow.
What?
You realize we're not being surveilled here. You can just state things.
I prefer to stay in practice. Especially since we're not going to stay here forever. And,
That is true. We do have to think of a cover story.
Mm-hmm.
Especially as now an entire human family is missing. We apparently went to Heuco Mundo.
Yeah, and I'm not sure they're just gonna bite. Well, we followed this crazy hollow.
They could bite, but the hollows brought us here.
I mean,
Almost any Gillian can do that if they really want to. There's just no reason to. Which, you did not know that. That is not a thing that you were told.
yeah, he's just kind of like, oh, glad they don't.
Oh, yes, if they did, you wouldn't be able to do anything about it. The barrier they make is impenetrable. Even the head captain couldn't break it.
Yeah,
which is impressive considering he could break them very easily.
Yeah, we saw one on our way in. It was
Fox-like mask?
Yes. We've seen it before, actually.
If you do, let Junichi know. He's had his eyes on it.
Okay.
Your sarcasm is very unsubtle, unlike the rest of you.
He pulls out. He kind of pulls out his rope. He goes, "Just give me a second." He kind of throws it to the side, and I don't know if I'm allowed to do this, but I just want to reach for one specific thing and not have to go, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Go ahead.
All right, sweet. He kind of like puts
combat will work this way.
Both hands in. There's like a weird sound, and then he comes out with a coin, and that he holds up to her and kind of like puts it between his fingers a little bit, and then like flicks it to her.
She catches it, looks at it.
It's a Quincy coin.
Flips it a few times. Still feels the same. And you watch she kind of seems to just close her hand around it, open it, and the coin's already facing another side, even though it doesn't look like she's moved her hand. I haven't seen these in... Lord, I can't remember how many years that was. And you see her, like, reflexively start, like, looking through her hair for gray hairs before pushing it back into place. Sorry. I take this as from your little excursion that totally didn't happen.
Yeah, and we totally didn't find any capsules that were able to essentially act as spell traps. We secured a bunch of them for a moment. We weren't able to keep all of them, but I think...
Ginto. That's an old method of Quincy casting.
I think...
You must have found one of the first ones. And you see her kind of just like leaning back against the wall, almost like she's reminiscing of a past. Just... God, that's almost as old as the gloves.
Yeah. He creates, like, it looks like a shitty version of it. He's like, they look like this, and it's just because he, prestidigitation can make little objects.
Yeah.
And kind of, and
she like just looks over. I'm aware of what Ginto looked like, sweetie. I was there when they were invented.
Well, I'm making sure, and fair enough. Let's see what else. It's really just... That was a giant, like a wooden snake?
You see her just start laughing. Oh, the old puppets. I forgot about those. Oh, those things were adorable. I remember the first time it broke my ribs. Surprised there's any left. What condition was it in?
A lot better than we left it.
Sounds about right for those things. Well, it'll fix itself eventually.
Well, I mean, the court guards came in shortly after, so...
Interesting.
There is... Well, long and short of it, there's...
And, I was going to say, you don't need the insight. She is completely zoned out the second you said that.
Oh. Well, I was looking to try to find a way to get some of these Quincy artifacts from Soul Society. And, well, learn apparently what is my own history. And, abilities, really. Like, if I'm going to be the thing I think I need to be, then I'm going to need to understand
It's
myself better.
not your history.
Huh?
Sorry to say it, but both your parents made that decision a long time ago.
I didn't hear the first
Well,
part.
it's not your history.
Not my history. I don't understand.
You have the blood of a Quincy. You are not one, though. There's a...
It's a
How to
nurture
put
versus
this?
nature thing?
Yes. You were never around pure Quincy's, so... You watch as she kind of puts her hand out, and a thin circle of energy appears around it, and then 2 spines come from the top. This is me putting in the minimum amount of effort to make it. Literally the minimum. You could put in all the work you wanted, and your abilities are too atrophied to do anything with them. The best you have are your father's little gifts he made for his wife.
But wouldn't... Like, I've used those literally most of my life. Wouldn't that give me some inkling?
They are Shinigami mimicries. And no. How to put this? Let's say, theoretically, you are part hollow. Obviously you're not, but keep with me here. You see something use Sarah. You even get hit by it. Does that give you an idea of how to use Sarah? If you've never even been aware, you can interact with a energy that is completely counterintuitive to your own. There's a possibility you can learn, but doing so would require ancient techniques that if you ever stopped using, you would find yourself a normal human without a normal human body to return to. If you're catching my... what's that young kid word? Drift? I can teach you history for the sake of history, but it would be the same as you visiting that museum your father's trying to make. The amount of Quincy's that are true Quincy's that are still alive could be counted on my right hand. And she pauses for a second. Well, I guess now thanks to you, there's more than that. We'll have to find a way to check on her at some point. And you see her kind of just running her fingers across her face again, just kind of staring off. Apologies.
So how many like me are there? Because you're making like whatever. If I'm not a Quincy, but I'm a Quincy, like
half-breeds.
Specifically, Shinigami half-breeds.
Well, that's kind of the only one left. At this point, I'd say no. He died. And you see her just like doing mental math from her face as her fingers just kind of trace the numbers. And you see like 2 and 7 are getting repeated a lot. And after a while she goes, I want to say about 9 left. Of specifically half. Plenty of souls in the afterlife are running around with a little bit of Quincy in them at this point, but...
And
that's a different thing entirely.
How many are trained Shinigami?
Successful or otherwise?
I'll say successful.
3, including
right.
me. That would be you, me, and your mother.
Oh,
we are,
and
although me and your mother are different than you, obviously, as we were originally Quincy and transitioned over.
Fair. And
Perhaps,
of those that were trained and unsuccessful, or were successful, only one of them has grown up using what is essentially an amalgam of Quincy and Shinigami techniques. Correct?
Define amalgam. For meaning using both simultaneously, that would be me and your mother. How is she doing, by the way? We haven't talked in a while.
After my ascension ceremony, it's been cold.
What happened? That doesn't sound like her. And you have her full attention right now. She is actively leaning forward and listening.
He's like, well, as with Yamato tradition, I fought somebody who had a bankai with my shikai, and it happened to be my mother. And thanks to her holding back, I did better than most people would have suspected, I feel. And, but I definitely not only showed her who I was, but forced her to show me who she was.
Ah, right. Well, it's unfortunate to hear. If you want, I can still teach you what you want to know historically, but I doubt it will be of any benefit to you, and that's the main rumor I want to dissuade. I do not want to give false hope.
No, rumors are... I'll take the history lesson. There's knowledge and power, and I understand that, especially if what we're trying
Scratch
to fight
that.
is
Reverse
revisionist history. What?
You said there's knowledge in
Oh, yes, there's power
I
in knowledge.
You meant power in
Yeah.
knowledge. And you can see she is very politely trying not to laugh right now. Like, there is a visible... Like, her usual half smile has been replaced with a...
Okay.
Sucking in the lips, trying not to say anything right now.
All right, cool. Yeah, I mean, Sho's not as high as I am. He wouldn't have fucked it up just for that. But
also, he's in a very uncomfortable situation right now.
Okay. But yeah, he's shit, where the fuck was I?
History, revisionist.
Yeah. He's okay with like filling the blanks and like checking off revisionist history to get a clearer view of things. But right now, he feels that she's just patently wrong. Like,
all right.
It's down to her core. She has a misunderstanding about. It's not necessarily the situation, but it's about Sho. Is what that's where he's at. Like, who the fuck is she to tell me I can't? That's like the feeling that's welling up inside him. You know what I mean? Like he's.
So, do me a favor.
What's up?
Send me what specifically you want, because this is going to be exposition-y as shit. Regardless of what you ask.
Oh, I didn't. I didn't think. I thought she just had some shit she needed to tell me because we're like I didn't.
No, you just walked in and kind of was like, "Yeah, I want to learn a bit more about my history." And
yeah,
she's going to presume you mean Quincy. So, but
yeah,
out of character, Belle needs to know specifics so that I'm not just here ranting the entire history of the campaign.
Oh, fair.
Message me that. We're going to move on to another scene, then come back to this so that it doesn't go on for too long.
Yes.
All right. Meanwhile, we're going to cut over to Vert. Let me know when you're ready.
You're...
All right. You've been walking around here for a while. You are equally as lost as Sho was. You've even run into him a few times while trying to find Nobunaga. And I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw real quick. At advantage. Sorry, I forgot to say that.
All right, that's better.
You know, after a while, you start to hear your Zanpakuto in your head. Left, left again. This time, right. And your Zanpakuto spirit just sounds really annoyed. And eventually, you find your way as the little grasshopper-esque creature is bouncing along behind you to a cell where all three kids have been placed in, chained, and Nobunaga is just kind of sitting on a wooden chair, catching his breath because he's been carrying three full-grown children, like teenagers, for a while now.
So firstly, I'm gonna thank my Zanpakuto.
You're welcome.
Gonna make a mental note to have a conversation with it a bit later. Like, have you been here before? Like the fuck? But that's for later. Walk in. I notice the kids. Give them a little head nod. Like, sup, guys? Like, we're just at a vacation, and like, hey, I recognize you. Like,
They are unconscious.
oh, I still do it. Like, noticing that they're unconscious, I still say, hey.
All right, make me an insight roll.
Insight.
No response.
Cool.
Yeah.
Walk up to Nobunaga, and I'm just like, "Sup, bro? How's it hanging?"
My back hurts.
You need some healing, bro? I got you.
No, it's just muscle pain. Thank you, though.
No problem. No problem.
Nobunaga just kind of sits up straight now. You hear? So, how was hell? I know it's not literally hell, but you know what I mean.
Hell was fun. Getting to see new places, kill new faces. It's always a good time.
Kill new faces. I'm gonna have to remember that one. Well, welcome to our little humble abode. And he gestures with immense sarcasm to the cavern you're sitting in. Feel free to take a seat. I don't care.
I like grab a seat right next to him, pretty much, and just like leaning back in the chair. It's just like, so, like, what do you do here?
Fuck around, kill hollows and try to get too close, interact with the experiments, kind of whatever. And you see him pause for a second. Junichi tells me to do. And overall, just fuck around until we actually get to the part of the plan I'm waiting for.
The part you're waiting for, the big fight?
More of a side effect of the big fight. And you see your little grasshopper, locust, dragon friend, hoppity, 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 hoppity. It just kind of boop, boop, boop.
Oh, I like gesture towards it. It's like this is my friend D'Artagnan. I don't know. I don't think he was around the last time we spoke.
I feel like I should know that name, but I also feel like I shouldn't know that name.
He's a musketeer.
Like the French dudes?
Yeah, I think they're French.
All right. Why is your dragon friend an archaic order of French guard? who used really outdated guns?
Well, he's not. I just thought the name was cool. I call him
Fair.
Can for short.
Fair enough. And I'm gonna say you don't even need to insight this. He just looks uncomfortable.
All right. So I'ma give him like 2 little finger guns. Let him know if he needs anything to let me know, and I'm gonna go find Junichi and like bother her for a bit.
But yeah.
Whoever they are.
All right. Do you instruct D'Artagnan to follow?
Nah, he can stay with Nobunaga if he wants to.
D'Artagnan's going to say that. I'm going to move you over here for the sake of expediency. And we're going to switch over to NATO. NATO, you are, I don't know if this is on purpose, but you are in a room with the 12 squad captain and 2 things giving off hollow energy.
No, that was not on purpose. I do want to go somewhere.
Anyone in particular?
Private, actually.
Private? All
Yes.
right. This area is currently empty.
Okay, so we'll head over this way. I'm actually gonna stand right in front of this in this like circle. Right.
All right.
I want to meditate and go into my soul realm.
All right. Give me just a second, man. Boop.
Hurricane, can you please not scream right now? Okay. I'm gonna go find my person.
Yep. I need you to make me 2 acrobatics checks.
Acrobatics. Oh man. I just switched my staff from Dex to other one. 18.
Yep.
And 11.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay.
You make it over.
All right. Yeah, this world changed.
World's still the same. You just kind of how to put this. You always end up in random locations.
Yeah, I just don't know where I'm going to pop up in my own world.
Yep, but she's always over there.
Okay. Be done. Hello. It's good to see you.
Hey. What's up?
Well, I guess I just had some questions.
Same. What's up?
Well, I'm hoping you have more information about where I'm from.
I'm just as lost as you are on that.
Okay.
I just have like gut feelings isn't the right word because I don't have a gut. Well, I mean, she looks down in her like physical form, which honestly looks just like a normal Shinigami. I mean, technically I have a gut, but like I don't have a gut like you do. I only have a gut in here.
I technically don't have a gut either.
Well, you have a physical approximation. You know what I mean.
Yeah, I mean, listen, this is why we get along. I get it. What is your gut? There's people here. Is your gut telling you I should speak to anybody specifically?
Red-haired guy, whatever his name is, glasses. I don't know. There's just something about him. Seems weird.
And you also have no idea about that hollow energy I absorbed, do you?
I literally... it's weird. The feeling was familiar, but I wasn't aware it was a thing we could do.
I also did not know we could do that. There's a lot of questions that need to be answered.
Yeah, seems like it.
Other than that, how's the world? How you doing? Do you need anything? Want some water? Some sandwich, maybe?
Is that...
Yeah, that's
you
legit.
see her just start laughing, and then she realizes you're serious and just... she, despite being like 2 feet smaller than you, reaches up to like pat you on the head and just kind of ends up patting you on the chest. Not how it works, but good. I
mean,
don't remember that island being over there, and you watch she points to the side. But also, I don't remember what this place used to look like, so that's not saying much.
Do I notice anything about that island? Can I roll perception?
Yeah, you can.
Damn. Oh, that's better. 19.
Yep. All right. You look over, and for a bit, it just looks like any other part of your internal world, weird, confusing, floating in abstract space. And then there's just this flash of memory as you remember for a second stepping on that area as you were running from something, and then it just collapsing.
I just remember something weird, I guess.
Yep. And then you're back here.
Well, that's what I tell my Zapacto spirits. Like, I guess something weird happened. That's
seems
new.
to be the only consistency with us. Something weird.
I'm gonna take a wild guess, but I think our world isn't complete here.
She looks around for a second, like just staring at the void. Could have fooled me.
NATO's not very
love
smart.
you. I love you to death, sweetie, but you are not the, I'd say, sharpest tool in the shed, but we are, in fact, the sharpest one.
I do now have a -1 intelligence. So
brightest spark in the shed.
Right?
We are not the brightest light bulb, I guess.
Okay. I guess I will be back. I should go talk to the red-haired person.
All right. See you around.
Sure you don't want to say much? I can make something up. It's my soul world. I'm sure I can pop something in here.
I've tried. That's not how it works, sweetie.
Okay. All right. Well, I thought I'd give it a shot.
You see, she just looks like she's not like annoyed at this at all. It's amusing. It's kind of cute.
No, I'm sure it's bored in here.
Wait. I can see what you see, so it's not actually that boring.
Fair enough. Do you think we could have took that hollow that made fun of us?
She stares for a second. They're just kind of.
That's what I thought. But okay.
I mean, he didn't look like a normal hollow, so I don't know. This place is weird, and we should probably get more information first.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I will see you later then. And I wake up, I guess.
All right, and do me a favor and make a charisma saving throw at advantage.
Charisma at advantage. Oh, bad. And 2. Nice.
You got the same roll twice. All right. So I guess the advantage wasn't necessary.
No. My charisma is much better now. Thank you.
Let me go write that down, and no problem. I know getting a new class can be confusing.
Yeah, he's a lot better. I'm not gonna lie to you. A lot better.
Where is your sheet guide? It should be in here somewhere.
I don't think we ever technically finished it.
We did. I just apparently didn't write it the fuck down. Yabba yabba bing bong.
Yabba yabba bing bong. Oh, you know what? I gotta rewrite the name of it down too because I didn't switch it over.
Yep. And with that, we're going to switch to Jack. You have just finished plating everything. And there's enough. Start bringing it to everyone. Who do you want to bring it to first?
I would say just go in a circle. Go from here down, over, and up.
All right. You start with Junichi. Sage, you have Sage has just woken up and is experiencing Sage's first ever hangover.
Mm.
I hand her a little glass of water and food.
I thank you.
It's not pleasant. You're gonna have a lot of days like that if you drink.
I'm definitely not a binge drinker. I'm a comfort eater.
You look over, Junichi has downed his entire bottle and does not look a bit different.
He can do things that I can only conceive in my imagination, and that's fine by me. Like, everyone's different. Know your limits. Personally, this is my idea of discomfort. I'm not doing it again.
Good to know. All right. By the way, once we get back to Soul Study, you're gonna pay for any more of these bottles that I'm giving you of liquor. Not you, Sage. You're no Sagai. You're not gonna be asking for more. I know that.
No.
Yeah, no. Junichi's just like, this is some very well-made alcohol. Good job.
You can ask for other kind too.
I might take you up on that. And it's at this point that Vert has walked in.
Hey, Bert.
Yo.
What you in for? Take your poison.
So, I got a homie. His name is Pan.
And
I got a fruit. It's all dragony. I would like to put those together to make something.
You have I'm just gonna say you notice this instantly, Jack. Junichi has the Junichi customer service face, which is the I'm not going to pretend that I'm not already annoyed expression. And he's just looking over. Care to translate that into English, please?
You know that fruit that I brought in? He has a version of it that he probably put his reishi into, and he wants to, if I'm not mistaken, put that fruit into his friend.
The little grasshopper thing?
The spirit I think he summons?
No, the pet grasshopper thing.
Yeah. I'm sorry, is that not just there for emotional support?
Nah, he be fighting.
You see him like he's processing that information. Like,
I will tell you this:
why?
anything that I put with that fruit, the fruit has absorbed like it's a desert sucking up water. They take and adapt. They don't really give unless you're stronger than it. And I don't think your grasshopper is.
Sage, I don't know if you remember this, but your armor actually has the fruit inside of it. Like it's infused with the fruit. But that requires putting the fruit down to a juice state. Jack, you would remember this because you were actually the person who made that armor. But as far as you know, Sage does not have it because Sage stole that shit.
Hey. Well, I ain't gonna say shit, then I ain't admitting fault. Like, you nuts?
Oh, you don't know I made it.
No, but I ain't admitting fault either.
All right.
Especially since you stole it from a noble.
Oops. I did not know I did that, but that's okay. We're vibing.
By the way, is she wearing it?
Yes, right now, yes.
Wouldn't I recognize it?
Oh yeah, I guess you kind of would.
I am the creator of that armor. I worked extensively on it.
It's like this is the first time she's like removed her cloak somewhat because she's in because A, it doesn't fit anymore, and B, she's in an inebriated state. And the only thing that still fits is the armor because the armor apparently grew with her.
All right, now I remember. By the way, I'm gonna have to like take notes on that armor, Sage.
Oh, why?
Don't play coy with me. I know what it is.
What do you mean, coy?
Sage?
I love the grin.
I was the one who made that armor. The only thing...
No, that's not possible. I made this armor.
Sage?
Yeah.
And I just press a little thing on it, and that shoulder piece falls off. I know that armor inside and out. I made it.
As it falls out, Sage, you see Jack Bulls written on the inside.
Look, I don't have that good of signature yet. It's dumb, but I
he
made
doesn't
that.
have a brand yet, so he just puts his name down.
Wait a minute. You did what I want to do with my pet to armor, but you're saying that my pet is weaker than a piece of inanimate armor?
This armor I made is very strong.
Okay, don't lie to me. And anyways, that inanimate armor doesn't have a soul or reishi technically to absorb into it. And I had to heavily process that fruit. Heavily.
So
you want the full fruit effect.
Heavily process my fruit and put it in the pet.
You see Sage try to like put the armor back together but fail.
Junichi is just watching this mayhem like it's an entertaining show.
If you want to risk it, that's fine by me. I will happily do the experiment. But know this, the fact that your pet or your friend has a will and ratio of its own could spell disaster for it. I have never done this. So given the fact that it has a consciousness and ratio of its own, could spell the fact that it either A, becomes something different and leaves, B, destroys itself, C, is consumed and becomes a new fruit, D, or just nothing happens, or any other number of possibilities that I'm not going to bother listing.
All right, so yeah.
You see Junichi kind of just look around. If I may suggest, doing this in your basement would be a good idea.
Yeah. Like most of the things I want to do, and probably these guys are going to ask me, I'm going to do in my basement.
If I may, mayhaps make the processing of the fruits in the little pocket room, and then have the actual eating of it take place outside of it. That way, if anything happens, you can throw the creature into the room without the remainder of the fruit and hopefully find a way to extract it.
There's another way. We could just feed it in pills slowly.
I suppose you could make it into a gelatin capsule if you... And you just see him kind of humming to himself. This fruit's your expertise. I'm much more interested in the trees we have here.
Expertise, huh? Actually, yeah, I guess I'm the leading expert on this bullshit. That is strange to me. I am one of the lowest ranking members of our division, and I am an expert out of everyone in there on something. Oh, god damn it.
Something you discovered, which I do need to compare notes with you on that at some point.
About which aspect of the fruit you're talking about, and which fruit?
The similarities between them and the seeds.
Hmm.
Those beastland trees and the trees in Heuco Mundo are remarkably similar.
Now, here's the question then. What is their origin and how did they spread?
Precisely. But we can handle that later when I'm not babysitting a hungover 200-year-old.
And 209.
Don't make me put you to sleep again.
And another question. How long have they been there?
The trees here are definitely a part of Heuco Mundo's structure. There's a hole back there that is leading to a forest full of them. The entire underground isn't. Though, that's a whole nother thing, and trust me, you will die if you go in there.
Damn it.
To give you an idea for reference, it's known as the Gillian Forest.
Oh, shit.
That hole was made by several Sarahs. And 93.
Okay. Thank you for the warning. By the way, here and I start passing out the food. You want to top off on that?
Yes, please. And he hands you the whole bottle again. And for all those who partake, it is a very well balanced meal. Several greens, very finely made. I'm going to say steak, and there's this kind of sauce that is almost like syrupy, but it adds a level of spice to it that gives the meal a bit of a kick. I'll let you decide whether your characters can handle spice.
I'm gonna say yes.
Also, you watch as Saige, you watch as Junichi casually picks up the shoulder thing and just pops it into place.
Thank you. I appreciate you fixing the armor I made. That I definitely know how to fix.
Pat, wisdom saving throw. Wait, was it wisdom or was it constitution?
It was constitution.
Sorry, constitution. Correcting, my bad.
Come on, let's see if the streak is.
That's
you got above a 10.
I got above a 10.
You're asleep again.
Fuck's sake.
At least let her eat while it's warm.
So, I look at Junichi, and it's just like, I had something that I needed to say to you, too.
Yes?
So, I got, like, spirit homies that I can, like, boom into, like, being. And Soul Society won't let me, like, do any sort of research on them. Is that something that you've seen before, know about?
You mean like the dragon thing?
Yeah.
No. I fought a bunch of them.
Bunch.
Give me a second while I make a roll real quick. And you can see his look of frustration go across his face for a second before he breathes, and that's more up Chica's alley, if anything. I'm pretty sure that has to do with old things.
Cool.
Although, if they are what I think they are, the captain might also know things.
Which captain?
The 12th.
Mine. And he bites out that mine.
Cool. I'll talk to the lady, then I'll talk to Robot Hand.
And as that happens, we're going to move over real quick to a thing none of us here have seen before. And it'll be a first-time viewing in the session. Let me real quick just pop the Sage Beige cage in here. And Sage, as you sleep, you find yourself in an area you have visited before.
Yes.
You find yourself in the ghetto, the outskirts yet again. The area is surrounded in mist, everything reduced to shapes and shades of gray. Occasionally you walk by and see a corpse or a coffin or something else of similar nature. All plant life is overgrown yet simultaneously rotting. And you can feel a presence off in the distance.
Oh boy. Sage kind of gets like a chill, but not really of fear, more of like a heightened excitement to be around like an area that she recognizes to be like both homely and like rotting.
Mhm.
Mm.
And as you do, you can yet again see a foggy shape off in the distance, and I'm going to give you a warning. There's going to be a map switch to character profile soon, because this is how I've done all the other Zanpakuto spirits. And it's just kind of waiting.
All right.
It is this effeminate body-esque shape. And do you decide to get closer, or do you maintain your distance?
I get a little bit closer, so I walk among the bodies a bit. I go to probably about here.
And it's this point you see the face, eyes, the static of this creature sitting in front of you, just kind of staring down at you. A vague outline, yet somehow simultaneously, though lacking features, detail of a feminine body, but the head is just this mist of fog that keeps moving around, eyes out of focus, and you, for the life of you, cannot make out what it is. And it just seems to be there waiting.
I tried to call out to the figure, and I say, like, I feel like we haven't met before, but we've been on the verge of meeting for a long time.
Its body does not move, and I need you to make me either an intelligence, wisdom, or charisma saving throw, whichever one's higher.
Wisdom. Oh boy. 17. Oh my god, at least that was my decent roll.
And you watch for a second as the creature's body flickers out of existence. And let me find. And for a second, give me a second so I make this the correct size.
Mhm.
A few of the images become a bit more clear. You see a cage, you see antlers, you see a sign, you see a screen in various colors, you see a bottle, you see countless images running through this thing's face, yet everything is still vague.
Yeah. I call out to it one more time, but this time I say, is this gonna be like a game of Pictionary? And I'll take that as a yes.
Its whole body kind of tilts.
It's funny because as I finished, it like went onto like one shape and then started going again. I'm like, I'm going to take that as a yes. That's my spirit talking to me.
For the body, the thing that's unnatural about this is it kind of just pivots at a point as it tilts. Its lower half completely still has its torso just slowly and steadily starts moving. And there's a point where it's supposed to stop and it just keeps moving until it's completely horizontal. And the hands just hang limply. And the rest of the dream is spent in silent staring.
Yeah, I stare her down. Like, I try to understand the images. I try to work out a pass aware.
Make me an intelligence saving throw.
Okay.
Dang. Smart as hell.
You are on the brink. You are on like the brink of something. And you kind of have this realization because you've talked to others about this. Because you really feel like you should have Shikai by now. And of course, you've gotten the stereotypical, no, some people are late. Some people it just never shows up for. But the big thing is that it's supposed to tell you its name at some point. And you feel like you've made a lot of progress, but you have never heard this thing talk. And as you look at the images, you realize one of the few constants. This thing has no mouth. And that kind of seems to be the big roadblock right now. However, you feel like hopefully if you can find something like Trigger It or someone who's good at communicating with like maybe spirits or something like that, you can probably get the breakthrough through and finally figure out how this is supposed to work for you. And with that, we're going to move back to reality where Sage is still asleep, or Saige, sorry. I'm going to say Austin is moving over to down into this room.
Food.
With a strange, another person giving off very hollow-esque energy, who is just kind of sitting at the entrance, keeping watch. She has these strange wing or horns that I don't really know how else to put this. They kind of spiral a bit, and across her body you can see almost like piercing like metal that's attached to her head. Very similar to the material these star seeds you've messed with are made of. But they're also, some of them are hanging off, others are connected. And just beneath her hair, you can see an eye patch that's labeled in it. I'm not used to hospitality.
No.
And she puts her hand out, just kind of unsure what to, if she's getting a plate or if there's just going to be food dumped in her hands.
Oh, it's the whole thing, plate. Or
yeah. And she looks down. Well, this is nice. Do you want something?
I mean, I would love to know your experiments log and all that, but I can probably get that from someone else. Bye.
All right. And she just goes to eating. And she eats very, very slowly. And you're going to move in there, at which point I'm going to say we're going to do rewind a bit so that this conversation can go on, and you're going to come in like right at the tail end of it.
I was just going to go on with this, me roleplay, but you had something to say?
I was going to say we're rewinding a bit because this is going to be really long and ranty for a bit. And then like you're going to come in towards the end dish where I say Jack comes in. Just because, as I said earlier, this is going to be kind of exposition.
Yep.
And show, you ask her questions, you watch, kind of leans back. We didn't. What?
I added two more questions.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just thought of them.
Yeah. Red, can you mute real quick? I'm sorry.
Damn, this whole time I thought I was muted.
Nope. Your mic's been kind of going burr.
Can you hear my baby too?
Yes. But that one is not as bad because I'm kind of used to babies at this point. Because they show up at my work a lot. And they yell a lot. And they leave messes that the parents refuse to clean up. A lot. Anyways, my customer service issues aside, Valen, you are muted.
I'm not muted.
Oh, I saw you moving the talk, and there was like no.
No, I just laughed.
Okay, but yeah, and as you watch her leans back, we didn't really survive it. This is going to require a bit of explaining. In the human world, Quincy's got tired of waiting on Shinigami to come and finally show up and heal the Hollows. They tried several methods, but those methods destabilized everything. And instead of enforcing the law, the Shinigami, in one night, left Soul Society almost completely barren, saved the captains, and slaughtered the Quincy's en masse. When those Quincy appeared in Soul Society, they were immediately slaughtered again and placed back into the reincarnation cycle with no method to ever figure out how they utilize their powers. After that, those who were still in Soul Society because they had been there first place were told either to go along with the new way and eventually die of old age, or get executed now.
Get down or lay down type of situation.
Yes. Me and your mother went along with it. Your mother felt the Quincy's had gone too far and had been endangering too much. I felt not enough was done. And we stopped communicating after that.
So you were complicit?
Your mother was.
That's not a no.
I was against it, but had to go along or else I'd be executed.
Okay.
I believe there's a... No, I feel that comparison's a bit too harsh. What was that guy from one of the world wars? Turned his own country's psychiatry against them. Mein Kampf, I think is how it's pronounced. That kind of situation. And it's at this one you kind of realize, holy shit, she's old. Given how confusedly she's describing World War fucking II.
He's more concerned with his mom being called Hitler right now. That seems to be the bigger fucking issue.
No.
That's what I heard.
The mother, she wouldn't be Hitler in this case. She would be the German citizens.
All right.
Only she was in support, and I would be in the category of the people who had to pretend they were okay with it, lest their neighbors turned it. It's an interesting part of apparent human history. Most of them were actually quite relieved when the Allies started showing up.
Well,
meant they didn't have to look over their shoulder for a bunch of people who agreed with one man. And while I feel the comparison is a bit harsh, so was what happened. As for how we've been hidden in plain sight, we haven't. Those of us who are Quincy are known factors, and the rest are in a bunch of scattered pocket dimensions that even I can't find, and I know how they work. Trust me, I've tried.
I'm pretty good with pocket dimensions.
Not these kinds, darling. Not these kinds. These kinds, God, I really am getting tired. And you see her just kind of put her head in her face. Anyways. What exactly do you want to know about Quincy powers? How they differ from Shinigami? Because I can explain that. The other one we don't have time for. We can't be here for long.
No, fair. I understand. There's only so much, but yes, yes, that. I'll take what little I can get when I can, but understand, like, I'm going to do this.
Quincy pull from Reishi, and exclusively Reishi. A Quincy in the human world is a pretty good threat. A Quincy in Heuco Mundo or Soul Society could level a block with ease, literally ripping the atoms that make the very ground of your feet out from under you to fuel their own arrows. As far as those Gintos you found, they are condensed reishi in powdered form for our spells. They're an archaic form, but still a form. It requires much setup to actually use them properly, and is not something you can merely use on the fly in combat. Technically, what you all do with them is a horrible waste of their potential.
I mean, consider we don't do anything with them?
You said you use them to fuel your spells so you can utilize them quicker, yes?
We've never done that, no.
You literally, they are quickened spells, remember?
No, I'm saying he's never done that. Maybe I'm misunderstanding. Like
the Ginto shells you found in the yeah, you use them. You read, and I think Austin at one point, I'm not sure, used them when you were fighting the giant thing to try and get off more damage.
Oh yeah.
What they were was you used them, you crushed them, and whatever spell you were casting became a bonus action.
Oh, alright. So that's why it kind of just fueled the spells that we were doing, so we took less time for basically everything.
Yes. But Quincy spells are more ritualistic. You would be required to spend quite a while setting it up, at least for combat standards, and then getting it off. But by a trade-off, they were much, much more powerful than most keto. Most being the keyword. Once you get high up there, it gets ridiculous.
Agreed.
I don't use them as much as I used to, given the effects of mines on Pacto and also the fact that they take too long. They are practical when there are many Quincy to get together and speed up the process. Otherwise, even though it's a misuse, your version of using them is better.
Okay. I think I have everything I need.
All right.
For now, obviously.
Of course. Regardless, I have a favor to ask. May I see your Zonpak toes?
Kind of smiles to himself. I didn't know you had a thing for feet.
Austin, that's right where you walk in.
Either of you want food?
I'll always eat, yeah.
I'm fine.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
Did I hear anything about the capsules?
You came in at the
feet. Yeah, you came in at the feet. You heard, like, kind of echoes of it. You can make me a perception check, see if you made it out.
It doesn't really matter, because I'm about to tell you.
He's in the adjacent. Actually, yeah, if he's just going to tell you.
Yeah, like, it's not a big... I'm literally about to tell you.
Because I wanted to, like, come in and be like, talk about those.
Oh, all right, yeah. If that's the entrance you want to make, do that.
If I didn't hear them, I wouldn't know about them. They wouldn't be in my forefront of my mind, so I wouldn't have brought them up.
Yeah, I'm going to say at 13, given you were in the adjacent room, you were kind of able to put together, they were talking about the use of the Ginto, and after she starts describing how they use it, it's like, oh, those are those capsule things we found. I guess that's what they're actually called.
By the way, if either of you could, well, most likely you, pointing to Chica. Weird name, in my opinion. Anyways, if you could tell me how to make those so I could then utilize those things, because they were very useful. And I could probably do something with them as well. But that's for later.
Literally just talking about how they're not as useful as we may have thought due to the preparation and
I know, but
other things.
being prepared ahead of time makes less likely of your death in the field.
True, and
The
also,
use of any tool can be different depending on who uses them.
I mean, 10 to 1 odds if we could find you one again.
Yeah, sadly, we used them all during that bloody fucking snake.
Yeah, that
You
giant.
you
snake.
had you did have 3 left, and they were promptly taken by
Confiscated,
Show's dad. Yeah.
So he's like formulating something to get those back, or something. Like he there's a reckoning when he gets home.
Yeah.
Like it's fucked up to say, but like
she kind of just looks at Jack and is like, Quincy's secret, I'm afraid.
All right, well, I'll tell you this. Anything can be useful. Well, anyways, do you guys want any drinks?
I'll take something stiff if you got it.
You got a cup?
Just a little like collapsible red Solo cup appears. You know what I mean?
You watch his cheek looks at you. I'll take a grape knee-high.
I don't think I could do that, mixtures and all that, but I could do age of, say, a drink. Wines, alcohol, any kind, beers.
No, a grape knee high is just a grape.
If you
soda.
if you give me the raw ingredients, I can mix it myself. Which the raw ingredients are most of it's liquid, and then the rest you could pull out of your ingredients pouch, no problem. It's exceedingly easy to make.
All right, well,
now that I know that's her favorite drink, I know I've made the correct choice in choosing her.
I'll just hand over all the things that I can to her in any container that she has.
You watch she kind of just waves her hand around, recites a weirdly familiar incantation to both of you, and from a pocket space, a sphere appears. She just kind of pours everything in there and just starts shaking it around.
I need to learn that one. Anyways, have fun with the food. It's delicious.
Thanks for making it. I appreciate it.
After what we went through, food.
God knows I'm gonna fucking need it.
Which, for the record, all of this is going to count as using your feet.
Yeah.
So I believe everyone gets how much temporary hit points from this?
Oh, he's got cooking feet.
Yeah, there's 2 different modes to the cooking feat. There's the short rest version, which they can add a D8 when they're regaining hit points, or that the creature who eats the food has temporary hit points equal to my proficiency bonus, which is 3 at this point for 8 hours.
Everyone, you're gonna have +3 temporary hit points for all that's gonna matter. But still, food's good. Food's filling. Food's also energizing.
Very good food.
And with that, we're gonna move up. Oh dear lord! Sorry, I just stretched the ever-living hell out of Jack for a second there instead of moving him. And as Jack leaves, Show, you watch as once she's done shaking, she kind of twists her hand around the orb, and a little like flask-esque, I guess, tube cylinder comes out the top, and she starts drinking from that. Weird orb is weird orb. And with that, we're going to move on to the next scene. Jack, you walk in, and the 12 squad captain is talking with one of the experimenters. Another one kind of hangs in the background. And these little pieces are seeds. I see? No, seeds. And just you see your captain. He is talking to a very behind hollow.
Do I recognize the object that they're talking about?
You know she has very similar things made of the same material as the seeds you've seen around her body. But like the other one where they're kind of pierced in, they're just kind of dangling around her clothes and in her hair, and she is holding one of the star seeds in her hand.
The star seed? Like the thing I made in the lab?
The thing you were given.
Oh, okay. She calls that a seed.
Mm-hmm.
Captain, she's calling that gem a seed. Could there be something behind that? By the way, food.
Oh, food! And she instantly drops the seed. It clangs to the ground. No damage is done, but and she just runs over to the food. You can see she has a very cat-like everything, including personality.
Yeah. Well, my heart just stopped for a moment.
You okay, orange guy?
You just dropped something that could have been extremely explosive.
Trees don't explode.
Oh, God. Where are those seeds coming from, if I may ask?
You watch as she kind of mines the jagged white crystalline trees you saw outside in all of across Heuco Mundo.
They grow in abundance here, and we call them expensive and exotic in the Soul Society. Holy shit. I need to come here and grab more.
Do y'all not have a lot of these? No, we don't. That sucks.
I'm gonna slowly try to pick up this quote unquote seed and put it in my pocket.
You see your captain was already reaching for it, and you both have that moment where you're both kind of reaching for the same object, and he stops. Do you keep going?
Yeah.
He retracts his hand back.
Yay. I won against the captain.
He is not used to you challenging him.
You kidding me? I could do a lot with that quote unquote seed. And if I get more, oh.
And she sits like, this food's good. Give me more.
One portion per person.
She holds up her plate. But tastes good.
Yes, and there's only enough for one person per plate.
Then give me another plate.
Then give me more of those seeds. I'll trade you.
Puts it down, immediately fucking gone.
All right, Captain, grab your food. Before she comes back, I need to go back to the kitchen.
He grabs it. All right. This place is weird.
Captain, have you spent any time in my quote unquote house? I live with weirdos. And we're the 12th division.
That's what makes it even weirder.
Fair point.
Also, keep those seeds away from your soul chain. Just a bit of warning.
Soul chain?
And you watch as he points towards a part of your body where there's nothing visible there. It only really appears if it's in danger, but if that breaks, you will die.
Oh, the chain.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Now I understand.
Also, if you can spare one, I would appreciate it. I only need one.
Yeah, you're probably going to try and make more of them, aren't you?
Oh, I can't, but I do need it for a side project.
All right, well, yeah.
And
I'll
his
give you
fingers are doing the scraping thing they always do.
Do I see the experiment 115? I think you said his name was?
Yes, 155, I believe. Let me double check. Yep, 155.
Well, I got the numbers right, just not in the correct order and the correct.
And he
magnitude.
Walks over. He's like, "Food."
Yeah, food. Take it.
Thank you.
Welcome.
And when you look at him, he is very different from the others. The stuff seems to be grafted onto him. and his body is visibly reacting to it. There is visible veins in certain areas. You can see what is very obviously fresh blood coming down the corner of his mouth. And the tips of his horns, which seem to be the only... Actually, give me a perception check at advantage.
17.
Got a quick you can roll.
Yeah, being the DM sucks during meal.
It's just like the food, in the words of Brennan Lee Mulligan, the thing I narrate from is also the thing that needs food. But yeah, you get a good look at it now, and you realize their horns across all three of them seems to be the remnants of their hollow masks.
Hmm.
And the tips of his have been fully replaced with the material of the star gem / seed. And
You
he also
feeling
has...
You feeling okay, man?
Feeling normal.
You got me help you with that? Would I know if my healing ability actually helps the hollow?
You don't know. You've never tried to heal one. He looks at you like, it's whatever. My own biology helps.
I'm going to just flash a bit of the power, not use a spell, but since I can call it. Do you recognize and do you think that power would be able to help you?
It looks weird. That's all I can say. I'd asked
All right.
Junichi. And he clearly is stuttering a bit as you watch the what was now revealed to be a cut kind of heals itself, and then a different one opens in a different location.
Curse of regeneration and breakdown and degeneration.
Yeah, he didn't think this one through. And then there's just a quick bolt of Reishi, or not Reishi, Ryatsu that goes through as a like little keto spell is shut off. He didn't know. Is that better? There's no response. Okay, good.
Monitoring.
That and these caves echo.
Yeah. But I think he would like to monitor you guys specifically as much as he could. Which I don't doubt him.
Yeah, probably. And you watch as he has these like little bat-like wings on the back just kind of flicker out for a second. Well, you want to give me Nobunaga's serving? I could just bring it to him.
Yeah. I'm going to have to talk to him sooner or later.
Fair enough. I'm going to go eat then.
All right.
And he just leaves.
Moving on.
And Nato, you awaken in time to see Jack there with more food.
Oh, sweet food.
But of a higher quality make.
Oh, it's not a sandwich.
Yeah, steak. And greens.
I guess that'll do.
Hey, man. It's delicious.
You know what? I'll take it. I'll eat it.
You eat it. It is the most delicious thing you've ever tasted. Mind you, you haven't tasted a lot of things, but damn, this shit's good.
Damn, that's crazy. I thought sandwiches were the best thing I've ever had.
Try mixing some things together. It's fun every once in a while.
Okay, so just not bread, not water.
Well,
God, this man's been having wish sandwiches.
But ice cubes in my bread.
God, I've actually eaten those. That is the worst.
Well, thank you. I have somebody to go talk to if you don't mind me.
All right. Moving on.
Then feel free to move your character wherever you want, and then.
Sorry. I have a toddler. I have a little baby in my hand.
So you need to go see Junichi, right?
Yeah, whoever's the red hair with glasses.
Yeah, that would be Junichi.
No. Hi.
Before we go to that, we're gonna wrap up with Jack as he walks in on Nobunaga, just kind of staring at the grasshopper as the grasshopper stares back at him. What do you want?
Food.
And then both of them turn their heads. I don't think that's what he wants, but I'll take it.
I hand the last plate.
Yeah, this would be the last plate unless you made some for the prisoners.
I mean, if I knew they were there, yeah, I would have made them.
Yeah, okay, in that case, yeah. He just takes it, and the dragon immediately goes to try and eat at it, and he just kind of swats it away. Hey, no.
I cut off a small portion of one of the prisoners and give it to him of the steak.
Dragon looks at you, bows in appreciation, and starts eating. And Nobunaga eats slowly. And give me what's your passive perception?
13. My investigation though is 16, if that matters.
Give me just a sec. I now need to look at something.
And I did try to pay attention to this guy during our combat together.
Yep. You watch as he pulls down the medical mask, and you see he has pointed fangs, and like all of his like back teeth, the stuff like that's the whole row of teeth, are all also pointed. And he just starts eating.
Have you mixed your DNA or anything with hollows?
No, we're waiting on that.
Okay, because I did sense something hollowish from you when we were fighting, by the way. Am I getting that right?
Yes, you did sense that.
Okay,
and he just looks confused.
So try and experiment with you in that agitated state again. Might lead some new paths, by the way.
Interesting. All right. And you can see him kind of just like visibly closing off. Because spoilers, man is good at everything. Being hard to read is not one of those things. Or good at many things. Being hard to read is not one of them. And he is kind of looks feel free to feed him. Don't really care.
All right. Hey, kids. I knock on the door.
They all look up at you. Damien, the hollow-esque one, seems to be the most cognizant of the three.
Oh, I got food for you. And drinks. I pour them each water. Because they're kids.
Yep. And he just looks at you. Why?
What? Food?
That too?
Or why you're here?
Both.
Well, if
they
we left
seem counterintuitive.
Well, the food everyone deserves to eat. The reason you're here is most likely due to the fact if we left you in the human world, those who are above us would probably be looking for anything right now. And given the fact that you're Fullbringers, doesn't sit well with them, so you would probably be either captured or killed. And not treated this well, trust me. Though it's not much better. For now. Hopefully.
Bachi leans back and just kind of like, so this is your version of mercy.
No. This is my version of slightly better.
Well, at least you can differentiate from the two. I'll let them know they can eat it. And he just starts kind of slowly eating at the greens. It kind of ignores his the meat portion.
Yeah, not a meat eater, I take it?
Vegetarian, preferably.
Well, is there any spices that I could pull out to help season the greens a bit more for him?
Not that I can think of.
Mm-hmm.
But he seems to be fine with eating them, as fine as he can be at the least. And after that, just kind of stops interacting unless you choose to press about anything.
I have one question, if you don't mind answering. How long have you been like this? And I mean, Fullbringer.
Whole life.
Mm.
Um,
All right then. Hopefully, your friend, quote unquote, will come and talk to you later. By the way, I hand him the cloak of billowing because I'm not gonna ever use that bloody thing.
You put that on me.
Yeah, no, but you got up
Oh, okay.
and then got put to
knocked
sleep
out
again.
again.
Yeah, so
Yeah, I did.
But that was after he left, so yeah, I guess he wouldn't know. Yeah, okay. So which one do you give it to?
the the hollowest one,
Yep. All right.
because he's the only one cognitive.
Yeah. The others are just kind of overwhelmed because it's their first time Heuco Mundo.
Do you want me to do something about your friends? I could probably do some smelling salts.
If you do, they're gonna freak out.
Okay. Well,
And by the way, this entire thing, he has not at any point made eye contact with you.
I figured he kind of sees himself as a prisoner.
Kind of is. I mean, he's in a cell.
I mean, at least he's getting good food,
I mean,
at least.
true,
And I am
but
treating him as a human, but I can't tell how the others are treating him.
Yep.
So,
and at that point, I'm going to say we're going to cut away.
Yep.
And we're going to cut to Sage.
Oh.
You've awoken just in time for NATO to arrive. And Red, are you still there, by the way?
He went to go pick up his wife. He'll be back soon.
Okay. I was going to assume that Vert is still there then.
I'll fill him in when he gets back.
NATO, you have arrived to Red-Haired Man, who is currently on another bottle of scotch.
Hello.
Hi.
So, my Zompok toe seems to think you can help me with something.
I don't think that statement could have been any more vague.
Well, so I have a big memory loss, and I don't know where I'm from or who I am really. And also, I absorbed hollow powers into my Zompok toe.
And he immediately puts the drink down.
Now, and I hope you don't find this disrespectful.
Repeat, please.
Oh, I absorbed hollow powers into my Zompok toe.
Okay. And then Sage, you watch as Junichi turns towards you. You heard that too, right? That's not the drunkenness talking?
Oh, I witnessed it.
Wonderful. Continue.
And
you have
hope,
his full attention now.
Okay. And listen, this is not of disrespect, but this is just to ensure I get the answers that I want. And I cast Zone of Truth.
Oh, shit. Okay, what's the saving throw? Charisma.
14 charisma, I guess.
He fails.
Great. And again, this was not of disrespect. Okay, listen. I'm here. I'm with you
He
guys.
stands up and starts walking away.
Hold on now. Where are you going? Hold on. Stop.
I'm gonna say, what? Are you physically trying to stop him?
I'm chasing him down.
All right. I need you to make a strength check then.
Okay. Strength check +2. Nice. Terrible. I'll take 11.
It beats his, so yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah, you stop him and he's just looking at you, really fucking annoyed.
So you seem to know something. You want to elaborate as to what that might be?
I don't like things that affect me against my will. Drop it and we can talk.
You promise to be truthful?
As far as you'll be able to tell.
Well, that is a big one to drop it.
It's the only way you're getting anything. I can just sit here and not talk till this keto of yours is over.
All right. I'll
And,
drop it as a sign of trust. I'll drop it. We're both in the same boat. We both want the same thing.
do me a favor, make an insight roll.
Gotcha. Ooh.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, no, he is visibly unnerved by this smell. Whatever it is you're doing, it is messing with him a lot.
So, like a physical reaction, or is it
A
like
physical reaction.
okay? All right. Listen, I can see this is bothering you. I just wanted the truth. That's all. So I'm gonna drop it.
Mhm.
You're not gonna run away. We're
Mhm.
gonna talk person to person, or person to whatever the fuck I am.
All right.
Okay. Well, I take it down.
And you do, and he just walks over to a bed and sits down.
Oh, is that what we're doing? I mean, I'm down. And it's just unexpected, but I start taking off my shirt. And
I will obliterate you.
put my shirt back on. I'll put my shirt back
Continue.
on. My Zanpakuto seems to think you might know where I
Why?
came. Gut feeling.
Yeah, because that's totally well informed. Sure. And there's this long pause alone as he sits there for a second. Well, tell me literally anything about yourself. I don't know much about you.
When I was in my zone, I had a memory of me running away from somewhere and then it put out. My soul world doesn't seem to be complete. It seems like there's a lot of emptiness. I'm trying to pick up. When I first met you, when you first showed up, I got this uneasy feeling, like me and the hollow kid, the hollow wizard that we picked up.
Mhm.
When I saw him, I got a similar vibe, like I know who
All right.
I have no other information. I don't know who I am. I mean, I've been working with the 11 squad for a decent amount of time, but I don't know how I got there, where I came from. Also, again, I absorbed hollow powers into myself, and that's confusing.
I will need access to your Zanpakuto for an extended period of time. Also, Valen, can you roll me a d4? No need to worry about why.
Dose.
Thank you.
Here to help.
Can I stay with you while you have my Zanpakuto?
Feel free.
Okay. Let me ask my Zanpakuto.
And immediately just, sure.
Okay. Cool. I mean, she's very important to me. You know, we're like.
If he tries anything, I'll break his nose.
Ooh, I like you.
I hope so. We're stuck with each other.
Yeah. All right. I give him my Zanpakuto.
All right. And he kind of just guides you to a separate area. Ironically, back to where you were earlier.
Oh, cool.
And we're going to... it's at this point that I'm going to say we're going to switch over to Valen. What was your answer to the Zanpakutos, by the way, other than I didn't know you were in the feet stuff? Because you did get interrupted.
Yeah, I guess actually he's gonna essentially see how the Zanpakuto feels about it. Like, take that moment to reach inside and see how they feel about being inspected by this person. You know what I mean? Like,
No.
It's
it's
gonna be
just
like,
a no.
Yeah, some other time maybe.
Very well. I suspect she is distrusting, and I don't blame her. Well, do as you wish. I have other things to worry about in the moment. Oh, and if afterwards you all are called to some sort of meeting by the Central 46 regarding the Quincy area you found, I have one detail I'd like you to work into the story if you can. You were sent there under the orders of Captain Yamamoto.
He just kind of makes a face. He doesn't respond. He just kind of makes a face and walks.
All right.
And he walks this way. Comes over here. Then he jukes over this way. And I was like, hey, 1 second. I was looking for everybody over here. Hey.
And Nobunaga, who's in the middle of eating a steak, just like immediately shoves his mask back up before you have a chance to look at anything.
He like specifically because he like knows that that's like his deal. Like make sure that he's walking in focused on the kids, not Nobunaga. So there's no chance of that. And he just kind of walks in.
Nobunaga is very obviously watching you.
Yep. He's like, yeah, crazy stuff, huh?
The kids are all eating their food, with the exception of Damien. The other two seem to be eating exclusively the steaks, while he's eating exclusively greens.
Oh, that's right. One of you's like a vegetarian or a vegan or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You guys remember me, right? I'm Nia's friend.
You guys
Friend is a
remember me, right?
strong word.
It's the proper word.
Whatever you believe.
We've been friends for years. I've, at the very least, regardless of ulterior motives, we've been friends to one another.
So there were ulterior motives.
Not for me.
And this one is Malcolm speaking up.
Mm-hmm. And not for me. Unless you count Sweet Switch games. I had never played one before she showed me.
Mm-hmm. Give me a sec.
He kind of like...
None of them are trusting you right now.
Yeah, that's fine. He goes,
One insight.
one insight. That's fine. He's like, yeah, it's... Fuck. Man, this has got to be one of the crazier situations that we find ourselves in. So obviously I think there's a lot of questions and I'd like you guys to start. I know you have them. And I'm saying I'll answer some that I can.
Malcolm just sits there for a second. So we get a little bit closer. Specifically within 5 feet.
Nah. No offense. If you'd have reacted a little more positively earlier, we'd have garnered more trust with one another. But you don't trust me, so I can't super trust you. It's not... It's just it's how these things have to go, and it's not a risk I'm willing to take at the moment. I've actually been toying with the idea of just popping in there and sitting down with you guys. Maybe, and he kind of reaches in. He's like, maybe he pulls out this and a couple extra controllers for the Switch. Like, maybe even like get some Smash Brothers on. But I can see that that's not the place we're at, and I can respect that. But
congrats, you can grasp the obvious.
the problem is the situation isn't going to get better without certain compromises. This is a shitty situation. Like, there's no two ways about it. And I keep saying it because it keeps being like super important to the situation. But it's the shittiest thing to say. Sometimes stepping on a tack is better than having your foot chopped off by a bear trap. And this is the thumbtack option. It's not ideal.
God, your analogies are so old.
Yeah, well, well, we're old people over here, but that's really what it comes down to. It's you lose a leg or you feel some pain. Either both things are going to hurt. One is going to hurt exponentially more and be a lifelong thing, while
we are literally sacrificial sheep.
That is the current.
At which point you hear Damien go, technically not literal, none of us are sheeper. Damien, now is not the time.
He kind of just like smiles.
Goes back to eating green beans.
He just laughs. I'm like, I'm in over my head. I want to save you because you're friends of my friend, and he'll kill me if I move even an inch to try. It won't even be hard. And
he's right.
Yeah, it like a hot snot through a tissue. It would be graphic. But the best I can do is be here. Like, you understand that? Like, just being here, he's itching. Like, I can feel it. I don't know how much you guys pick up on bloodlust, but as a Shinigami, it's one of those things we're trained to pick up on. And this dude just doesn't like me being here at all. Doesn't like anybody. The reason he's here is to deter anybody else from being here. But the worst he can do is, well, not the worst he can do, but the most he's going to do is kill me. And that's something I'm willing to risk to, like, let you guys know that there's somebody here for you. And what little or good that'll do. Like, and I'm not trying to hide it from anybody. You guys reacted out of fear like anybody else your age would have done. You guys are just as much victims as anything else here. And I don't do what I do to punish victims. I do what I do to save people. I like being a hero, so to speak. I like helping people who need it. And you can choose to believe that or not. But Eddie takes the 3 controllers and he steps forward and hands, and like, he's within that 5 feet now. He's like, this is how it's going to be. Either you're going to do what you're going to do, or we're going to play. Or we're going to make a sandwich out of this shit heap. Because this is the best I can do to help right now. I have a ready action to just bamp the fuck 30 feet back. Just so that's like completely keen and aware. But yeah.
Yeah. They all kind of just look at the ground, kind of motion towards it. As for where to put the controllers. This is not an acceptance. This is a we'll think on it. Mm-hmm. But we're still teenagers who are pissed at you and not thinking straight.
That's fair. And this is never going to be a singular thing. But right now, they fit certain criteria for him. So yeah, he's also, they're his friends of his friends. He he definitely feels like part of this is his fault for inviting everybody. He should have just came alone. If he'd have died, then he'd have died. But like, at least this wouldn't have been this. He's conflicted.
You also notice that Vert's little pet thing is kind of just hopping behind you.
No shit, hey.
Did you return?
Yeah, he just returned it.
At which point, do me a favor and make me a persuasion check at advantage.
Advantage? Oh shit. I don't know what I just did.
That was a good speech.
Right? It hit all the points. Persuasion. Oh, of course, nothing to it. 1. Oh shit. I'll go with that 19, Bob.
Here too.
The kids kind of laugh before remembering where they are and stopping laughing. But it was clearly an instinctual reaction.
He doesn't, like, he specifically doesn't react to them reacting, but that's like, he's taking that mental note, like, yeah, they're still just kids. They need their time. And he was like, so, but yeah, take the time you need. There'll be some smashies later, sometime, if you're interested. Alright, I'm actually just gonna chill here and read my book, if that's okay with everyone in the cell.
Malcolm is the only one who shakes his head no. Damien and what is her name? Amanda kind of exchange glances and are just unsure, but Damien is giving you a hard no.
Alright, I'll give you more time. Or space, but I can't imagine he'll be any better company. And kind of waves and goes about his day after feeling exasperated after dealing with teenagers.
And you put yourself in Vert's thing wherever you want. Or, well, move yourself and I'll move Vert's thing because you can't.
Oh, now that I'm out here.
Is Red back, by the way?
Just pulled up. He's
Just
gonna be
pulled up.
over
All right.
Okay.
I was about to say, now that he's back, I'm literally like, he's right there, I'm right there, I got the hopper behind me.
Well, I mean, Vert's over there. That's NATO.
Oh, I missed it. All right.
And Junichi is currently
Yes,
poking
sweet.
and prodding stuff.
The two people
And,
I needed in the same place.
This is going to be something for both Valen and Jack. As you suddenly hear, I'm back with crystals, and I got a friend. He is friend-shaped.
Okay.
Come to the entrance. My other friend won't let me in with another hello.
I was gonna... He comes over here. And instinctually, because since he was like, he remembers that fucking asshole that didn't do anything. But looked suspiciously like the other asshole.
Okay. Did I make any food in that period of time?
Make me a check with the tools, see how much you made.
Still with advantage or no?
Not with advantage this time. Doesn't matter.
25.
You've made like 3 servings of the stuff.
Damn, you're hot with the rolls, bro.
Apparently, they don't matter.
Next to her is this hollow covered in, which I'm gonna real quick share the.
Hey, Christian Ant.
You right?
I love the names you guys give these things.
I'm sorry, but you gotta admit, like this kind of reminds me of something that you would find in like the Binding of Isaac.
Yeah, you ain't wrong.
And that is
Also,
all about
there it is, thank
Christianity
you.
and all that, and
Yep, and then there's the big picture for y'all.
that.
Valen, don't forget to show the map.
I'm making sure that I am doing that right now, sir. Thank you for being cool.
Welcome back, Red.
Welcome back.
Also, welcome back,
Sexy.
Red. You came in just in time for a hollow to rock up, along with their friend. Things you missed that Vert was there for. NATO came up, zoned of truth an area. The guy he was zone of truthing then attempted to leave, and they went off and experimented with his own cocktail.
Sounds a little sexual when you say it like that.
Somebody's polishing somebody's sword. That's all I'm saying.
They tried to leave.
Look, hush. Okay, god damn it. But yeah,
I sees you. Oh,
and as soon as you're there, Jack, she just runs up and she pulls out what at first looks like 3, but is then revealed to be one whole one, and then another one that's been broken into 2 chunks. Food.
They broken?
Yes.
What?
Food.
Did you break this? Yourself?
No.
You found it broken?
Yeah.
Insight check?
Yeah, feel free.
Damn it. Fucking damn it.
Probably.
except for when you need to.
Yeah, those things are pretty hard to break without doing it on purpose. But at the same time,
How is she not dead?
yeah, that's the big thing that's kind of causing issues. Like, either she would have had to focus it into something, which you definitely should have felt, or she'd be dead.
If you did, I'm thankful, but if you did, break it. I just want to know how you did it.
Didn't break it. Food.
All right, well, I take the quote unquote 3, put them in my pocket, and hand her 2 of the plates because it's technically 2. You get a third plate, if you bring me 1 more.
Walks off to go eat.
Thank you.
And the other hollow is patiently waiting at the door as the one you fed stuff to earlier with the piercing just kind of stares at it.
May
What?
I ask your name, Hollow?
This was the one thing I wasn't expected for.
Yay! Catching the DM off guard. You brought him in and you didn't give him a name.
Bleach fantasy name generator. Let's go.
It didn't name the enemy NPC, huh? Oh, of all the things to name.
Equinox.
Equinox?
Equinox.
Okay, Equinox. May I ask why you're here? Because there must be a purpose. You didn't just follow them. I point back to the cat individual, for no reason.
Pact.
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 Elaboration.
Group is strong. Strong feeds. I
Ah.
grow.
Security and growth. Understandable.
What, did we kill your brother or something?
No. I think he wants to evolve into what
And-
they are.
Equinox just kind of nods.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of, I forgot to mention this earlier. Ashado, damn it. I almost called you your own kid's name. Shogata. The Zanpakuto you found is completely fine.
Is
It
what?
seems to have not faded at all.
Nice.
Which is strange. And it just looks around.
Yeah, he definitely.
You.
Well, he
And
looks
as
at
soon as he looks at Shogata, you.
Mm-hmm.
Packed.
Packed.
Eaten by Hollow. Survive. I follow you. You feed. Grow.
You got yourself your first subordinate.
It's not my first.
Uh,
And he literally just kind of motions to the hollow and then goes back into the room. Like he's putting, like he's starting to put things together for himself.
Yep, and when that happens, Chico's kind of appears in front of it. we have things to discuss first. Pact is not with instantly gone. Like she is not listening to what he has to say, and I'm just gonna say, yeah, Jack, you can definitely see this from your angle. You probably can't.
You bet your ass I'm moving to look.
Bunny, go down the hole.
Oh,
Grab.
Oh, it's one of them.
Yoink. Wait, what? One of them?
One. It's Inuyasha.
she just
What do you mean, you people?
You racist? No, again.
No, is they're putting lots down the hole, and then the one that comes out is the strongest.
Oh shit! Right. Yeah. Totally. What's going on here?
No, she's definitely debriefing the shit out of him. For
Oh yeah. There are.
They don't want me
boundaries
knowing
being set.
specific shit. So.
And also, new people have been added. And they've been added by people who already are new. So it's a new person brought in by a new person, and thus twice as untrustworthy as the new person.
Also fair.
But, yeah. And...
there's also the trees down there. The fruit
And-
trees? Well, the crystal trees.
You see the hollow nearby, tilts her head. What about them? As she's still just kind of watching outside for hollows.
Wait, there's... Show looks like he's, like, missed something. He's like, they have the fruit trees here? Or are you saying that these crystalline trees are formerly the fruit trees?
Probably both.
Yeah, I was gonna say both.
Oh.
Fruit?
That.
We don't have fruit here. That's not a thing.
I pull out the crystal fruits and I draw a picture of the fruits because I don't have the fruit.
That's a seed. That's what fruit looks like.
Yes, but the fact that this grows off of your tree and your friend calls it a seed, we call this a gem.
More like the trees grow out of it.
Yes, but it's a cycle, doesn't it? This thing is made from the tree then grows from the seeds that plant, quote unquote, themselves somewhere.
Yes.
So this is the seed, the tree is made from the seed is made from the tree. It's chicken before the horse. Anyways, these things that I'm holding up, the fruit that you see and this thing act very similarly to each other. Now, if I could figure out the connections, I might be able to pull things more of them out and enhance them with each other. The fact that one is technically feeding off of Soul Society Reishi and one's feeding off of Heuco Mundo and hence hollow energy, that could be a key. Oh, nice. He's just slowly moving and muttering to himself.
And I'm glad I'm not the only one who heard that.
Yeah, okay, I needed, like, alright, I was like, am I crazy? Am I the...
Did I say chicken before the egg?
No, you said chicken before the horse, bro.
Well,
I'd like
it's something small before...
It's cart before the horse. Yeah,
It's definitely chicken.
Yeah, I like to think that Jack's just gotten so excited because of he's found something that
Egg before the
enhances
cart?
everything it comes across. And another thing that changes depending on what it comes across. And when mixing them, made a fucking pocket dimension in his own basement. So I like to think he's getting so excited he's forgetting how to talk properly. Like his brain is moving faster than his mouth can keep up with.
Actually, yes, that is happening.
Yeah. And how are we doing on time for everyone, by the way?
Not great.
Because I see Sage is kind of starting to blink a bit. I'm going to say, for sake of expediency, does anyone have anything else they want to do before I wrap up the last few things.
No,
Getting more seeds.
just waiting.
Are we leaving after like this? Like, I don't know how to put it, because I want to talk with people about the thing I want to do. Because just to throw it at them, like, I think it won't make for like a fun situation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
You will be leaving and going to Soulside after this session. Yes.
We could also have a conversation over the team chat.
We're gonna burn the Soul Society down.
yeah, well, it's specifically for like, Red and whatchamacallit for now, since Jack had rejected my offer.
What did I reject?
Essentially, to like the joke you made about like a subordinate, like to work with me and be like, I didn't like. He has royal ambitions, you know what I mean? So he already has like a left and a right hand, and like he needs somebody like smarter than him, or at least like that thinks different.
All right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we'll have to. We'll do that. I'll re-ask again later, like in character and stuff, so it can happen. But it's just so that you have that to chew on.
Yeah. And okay, so we have things left: forming of the pact, results on Junichi and NATO, and then what is it you're wanting to do? Just an in-character talk thing.
Yeah. So
Okay.
like honestly, we
That
could
we can
do
do.
that like next session before we leave.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
Okay. Then yeah, let's do that, please.
All right, so
Sorry, Sashi.
switching back to NATO and Junichi,
That's me.
he hands you your Zanpakuto back at some point and goes, "Your Zanpakuto eats hollows."
I mean, can you like elaborate on that? Like,
No, it's only eaten a small handful. There's not enough to go off of, if that makes any sense.
does it have to be a real hollow, or can it be one of the experiments?
Doesn't seem to do it with the experiments. I'm only seeing real hollows in here. As far as anything
Is there
else,
any real
if
hollows
you want...
Is there any real hollows here?
You are surrounded by hollows. Yes.
He
Well,
points outside.
in the building.
Yes, and if you touch them, I will personally kill you. They are my experiments.
I mean, this is an experiment in itself.
If you touch them, I will have you walk around as the only 12 squad member with no arm, or 11 squad member with no arms.
I don't need arms.
You do to wield a sword.
I got him out.
You are not Zoro.
I'm not gonna touch him. All right, fine.
You are not Zoro. It just echoes throughout the fucking
You
cave.
just even shows like, oh damn, who's not Zoro?
The almighty word of Saige has
Right.
spoken.
All right, fine.
If
Fine.
you want to learn anything more about yourself, I would require access to you. And I'd also need to not be here because, trust me, we do not have the opinions for that.
I think it's time. I take off my glasses. And I say, what do you mean access?
Interesting. I guess the cloak, and you see him kind of just staring in your eyes for a second. I need you to make an insight roll.
No, oh, damn.
You have advantage, by the way,
Oh,
on
thank
this, letting you know.
Thank goodness. Okay, that's a lot better.
I'm going to DM this to you.
Oh, okay.
That's like a DM whisper, bro. That's a big deal.
It was prepared with this, but not a name.
Right? You son of a bitch!
Look, I forgot. Okay, hush.
48 pages of backstory. No fucking name.
This is integral to the story.
Dude,
That's why.
literally half the characters don't have names. Jeff got the name Jeff because y'all called him Jeff.
His name's Hefe.
Leave Hefe out of this. He earned his place.
I also threw him off with me going into my soul world as well.
Very fascinating. It will require surgery, basically. And I have neither the implements to actually perform surgery here, or the means to keep you alive through it.
But at the Soul Society, you do?
Yes. They have a specific wing for that.
Okay.
They also have a sub-wing for self-surgery, but I don't think you're the type of person to do that.
Some people have told me I'm not very smart. I disagree with them, but subjective.
He pats your head twice.
Oh.
Anyways,
Make him fall
we can
asleep,
get
make him
to
fall
work
asleep.
on... No, it's got to be on the third one.
Right.
Motherfucker.
Constitution
And-
check.
And then he just goes, all right, we'll handle it later.
Fine.
And for show, after a while, the creature kind of comes back up, carried by Chica, who is walking on solid platforms of reishi that are like the size of discs. That she's not really walking as much as the disc is carrying her up, which I'm going to say, even if you attempt to do right now, you can't. That is not something you're capable of. You just go and, nope, nothing. Flight inside of places of high Reiatsu and Reishi is not typically normal. Be it in Soul Society or in Heuco Mundo.
Unless you're Quincy.
Yep. And she places him down and he kind of walks over. Packed.
He kind of looks up at Chica a little bit.
Chica's stopped paying attention. Whatever was
It's
needed
not
to be
like-
said was needed
yeah.
to be said.
He just kind of looks there. He's like, and what does this pact mean?
I serve, you help grow. Specifics way down. And you watch as these two little mandibles just kind of click together as he's just.
But yeah,
Did you do it again?
yeah, he likes animals, and he definitely since he was a kid. If a cat meows at him,
Yeah,
he meows
and
back. If a dog barks, he
You
barks
watch
back.
as his kind of serpentine-esque body just shivers once you do that. Spindly hair standing on end as the spikes around his neck area just kind of shake. Do not insult. As the eyes narrow. White wrappings across his body kind of shift. And it's at that moment you realize these aren't wrappings, but armor plates.
Fair. I don't think I could have somebody that didn't have self-respect. Packed. And he puts his hand out, and
I assume he
and
gets
pushes
close enough.
Rietsu and forces energy out of him self.
And what's your AC? Right now?
Right.
Unmodded?
Unmodded, yeah, right. I never
Flat-footed?
changed it. No, unmodded.
Flat-footed as well. Because
Oh no,
Flat-footed is
if
a
he's
thing
doing
at
this, he's
5'8".
ready just in case. But 17. But even if he's got to with the exception of taking my hand off.
He does bite your hand. The pincers just kind of around the sides.
Yeah, he doesn't even makes sure he doesn't react. He doesn't even move to fight it. He just makes sure he doesn't.
Constitution
react
saving throw.
Oh damn it! I figured if I was gonna let myself get hit. Oh well. Oh, dick cheese! It rolled off the top.
Negative Reiatsu feels your being. and a burst occurs forcefully through your body as it's pushed back. Fuck off. You hear your Zanpakuto in your head.
Okay.
And you see your own blood dripping from its fangs. Pact formed.
Pact formed.
Somewhat. And it kind of slinks away just to go off and do its own thing.
Alright. It's really close to being done. If I, like... Sage is, like, literally falling asleep at least twice.
I was about to say, at this point, you're free to do what you need.
Yeah, like, alright. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been us, Vagabond Gaming, Soul Warfare. We are happy to have you. This has been a good one. A little long. Sorry for that. Thank you for joining us. We'll be back in 2 weeks, as always. Bye. Bye. Anybody want to say something?
No.
Bye.
Alright, so remember, life happens in every direction. Let's roll with those